What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an automation that responds to leads automatically by creating a simple workflow in make.com. Let's get started. To create an automation that responds to leads automatically, here we're first of all going to capture the responses of the leads. To capture the responses of the leads via email, I'm going to search for the email module. Then here, we're going to watch for incoming emails. The folder will be our inbox. Criteria will be all emails. Then here you can choose to filter either sender email address, recipient email address, subject line, or a phrase. We're going to filter the emails by a recipient email. Here I'm going to add my email as a recipient email and watch if it's a positive or negative email. Now here we're going to choose where to start. You can choose to start from now. You can also choose emails from after a specific date. You can either choose to start from all emails or select the first email. I'm going to choose start from now and click on save right here. So here I'll rename this to leads emails, then click on rename. Now I can choose to send myself this example email. The prospect could be Sarah, but they're sending us this example email, which is in the lines of, "Hi Brandon, thanks for reaching out. This actually sounds really interesting. We've been looking for ways to streamline lead generation, so your timing is great. I'd definitely be open to learning more about how your system works and how it could fit into what we're doing. Do you have any time for a call sometime this week? Looking forward to hearing from you." Where's Sarah? So this could be an example response that we're getting from our leads. So here I'll send myself this email. Here I'll run this automation to capture our email. Here you can see we captured our email right here. So this is the email that we just sent ourselves right here. So the prospect is interested in our service and is interested to scheduling a call this week to talk. So that's awesome. So now after we've captured an email from our lead, we can classify the email if it's a positive email, negative email, or a neutral email. We're going to use AI to classify our email. So here you can choose any AI tool. In our example, I'm going to choose Gemini. So yeah, I'll click on Gemini, then click on create a conclusion. Yeah, I'm going to choose our AI model. I'm going to choose Gemini 2.5 Flush, which is the latest model at this time. And then here, we're going to add a prompt for the model, the model role. And here I'm going to add an item. And for the message type, I'm going to choose text and add a prompt for the model. So the prompt for the model role could be in the lines of you're a sentiment analysis expert. Now here we can add the prompt for the user role. So for the role, I'm going to choose user. And here I'm going to add an item. And for the message type, I'm going to choose text and add a prompt for the user role. Now the prompt could be in the lines of your job is to read the email below and classify its overall tone as either positive, neutral, or negative. And here we're giving the AI a couple of instructions to follow. Responds with only one word, positive, neutral, or negative. Do not include any explanation, summary, or additional comments. Base your classification on the tone, word choice, and intent of the message as a whole. And here we're going to add our email text. So to add our email text, I'm going to drag the text content right here, then click on save. And here I'll rename this to email classifier. And here I'm going to click on save. Now here we can choose where to start and select our previous email that we just sent to ourselves right here, which is this email right here. And then here I run automation to classify our email. The automation ran successfully, and here we classified our email as positive. So this is the email that our prospect sent to us, and here we're classifying it as positive. So the email can either be positive, negative, or neutral. On flow control, I'll click on router, and here since I would like to perform 3 different actions, whether positive, negative, or neutral, I'm going to add 3 rows over here. The first one is going to be for positive. So here we can choose to wait a few seconds. So here I'll sleep for, let's say, 5 seconds or 3 seconds. And here click on save. This route will be for positive route. So here I'll label it to positive. And then the condition can say that the results are equal to positive. Now we can proceed setting up our automation. So here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send a notification to our team via Slack that a prospect that we sent a cold email responded and they're interested in our services. So here I'll choose to notify our team via Slack. So on Slack, I'm going to create a message. Here you'll need to create a connection between your Slack account and Make by clicking on add And on the connection type, choose the one that says user. You give your connection a name, then click on save. Then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you like to connect to make. Then connection will be created. Then here we're going to select our channel that our team is in. The channel that our team is in is Lux, and here you can add a message that would like to notify our team when a client responds with interested. The message that we're sending to our team could be in the lines of, "Hi team, great news, just got a positive response from," and then here we are adding their sender name. They're interested and open to learning more. I'll be scheduling a call to walk them through the system and show how it can fit their workflow. Marking this one as a hot lead. Let's prioritize follow up and prep anything we need for the call or demo. Nice momentum. Let's keep it going. Peter. Here I'm going to click on save. We can rename this to team notification. And then here I'm going to click on save. Since our lead right here is interested, we can proceed to add them to our CRM. In our case, I'm using Monday as my CRM. And then in Monday, I've created a board that I've renamed to qualified prospects. Here's where we're going to add our qualified prospects. Here we're going to add their full name, date we added them, their signee, their status, their email, and their sentiment. So to add these qualified leads to this board in Monday, here I'm going to search for Monday. Then on Monday, I'm going to search for create an item. Then click on create an item. Here, like you did this log, you'll also need to create a connection between your Monday account and make by clicking on add. And here rename your connection. Then from Monday, add your API key over here. Then click on save to create your connection. Then here choose your connection, and then here we're going to add our item name. Our item name will be the name of our lead. For the board, we're going to choose our board right here, which is qualified prospects. Then here we're going to choose our group, which is prospects. And here we're going to add values to our columns in our board. So the first column that we're going to add is the assignee column. We're going to add this value right here. Kind, I'm going to choose person, and then here we're going to add ID, the ID over here. Then I'll add an item, choose a new column, and choose the date added. And here we're going to add the date that we received the email, which will be this date over here. Then I'll add an item, and here I'm going to choose a new column. I'm going to choose their email, and add the email address over here. So the email that they use to send ourselves the email response over here, and add the email as the text also. And then I'll add an item, and then choose a new column. I'm going to choose a sentiment. Sentiment is going to be the results, so we generate using Gemini. And then I'll add an item, choose a new column. I'm going to choose the status column. And here I'm going to choose to label it. And we're going to label this column as interested. And here I'm going to click on save over here. Now, after we added them to our qualified board in Monday, here, can wait a few seconds. Here, I'm going to choose to sleep for, let's say, 5 seconds. Then I'm going to click on save. Now, after we notified our team and added the qualified lead to our CRM, we're going to send them in an email with a link for them to schedule for a call. So in email, I'm going to scroll down below and click on send an email module. Here, I renamed this module to qualified prospects email. Then here, I'll click on save. Like you did with other modules, you also need to create a connection between your email account and make right here by clicking on add and choose your connection type right here. To connection type, I'm going to choose Google restricted. Then here, give your connection a name. You'll also need to add your client ID and your client secret from your Google API. And then click on save to create your connection. After creating your connection, here we're going to add our prospect's email address to be the email that they use to send ourselves the email right here. Then subject line of the email could be the lines of let's schedule for a quick call. Content type, I'm going to choose plain text. And then the content will be hi name. Really glad to hear you're interested. I'd love to walk you through exactly how the system works and show you how we can tailor it to fit your workflow. On the call, I'll break down how we find leads actively looking for your services, how the outreach is personalized to your style and expertise, and how I can fully set it up for you so it's running hands-free. You can book a time that works best for you here. And here we're adding our Calendly link for them to schedule for a call. It will be a quick, no pressure chat, just to explore if this could be a strong fit. Looking forward to connecting. Best, Peter. And here I'm going to click on save. Now let's try testing our workflow again. So here, instead of having to send ourselves the email again, I'm going to choose where to start and choose our previous email. Should be this email over here. Click on save. Then I run automation. Here you can see that automation works perfectly so far. Yeah, we got an email from a prospect responding to that. Their response that they are interested in our services and they would like to schedule for a call. Then we classify this email as positive. Then we wait a few seconds to send a team notification via Slack that we have a new client who is interested in our services. Then we added them to our CRM, to our qualified prospects board in Monday. Then we wait a few seconds and send them this qualified prospects email over here. So this is the email that we are sending them over here with a link for them to schedule for a call. When I open my Slack channel that our team is in, you can see the new message that we sent to our team over here. We were telling them, "Hi team, great news, just got a positive response from this prospect. They're interested and open to learning more. I'll be scheduling a call to walk them through the system and show how it can fit their workflow." Marking this one as a hot lead. Let's prioritize follow-up and prep anything we need for the call demo. Nice momentum. Let's keep going. When I open our board on Monday, you can see we added our prospect right here. We added the full name, the date we added them, the assignee, the status is they're interested, the email address, and the sentiment is positive over here. So that's if the incoming email from the lead is a positive email. So here we can also set up another workflow for a neutral email. So a neutral email could be an email response from a lead with a neutral response like okay or sure. So here we can wait, let's say, a few seconds. Sleep for, let's say, 5 seconds. Then here click on save, and here you can set up a filter and label this to neutral, and here I'll add a condition. The result text will be neutral, and then here I'm going to click on save. Now we can send these leads who responded with a neutral response a reply. So here I'll search for email, then click on send an email module, and then here I rename this to neutral prospects email. Then here I'll click on save. Then here to add the email address over here. Subject line could be on the lines of let me know if you'd like to explore further. And then type is going to be plain text. Now the email content could be on the lines of hi, hey, appreciate the response. Just let me know if you'd like to dive deeper or see a quick demo. Happy to walk you through how this could work specifically for you. No rush at all. I'm here when you're ready. Best Peter. And here I'm going to click on save. And now we can also notify our team via Slack. So on Slack, I'm going to click on create a message. I'm going to choose our channel manually. I'm going to find our channel that our team is in. The message that we're sending our team could be on the lines of hi team, just heard back from, and here we're going to add their name. They replied with a brief okay. It's not a no, but not a green light either. Marking this one as neutral for now. I sent a light follow-up offering to dive deeper or show a quick demo if they're interested. We'll keep them on the radar and check in again later if we don't get a bug. And here I'm going to click on save. And then here I rename this to team notification. And then I'm going to click on save. So now let us try sending ourselves a neutral email. So the neutral email we can send ourselves could be on the lines of hi Brandon, thanks for getting in touch. I had a look, seems interesting, but I need to understand a bit more before deciding if it's something we'd move forward with. Feel free to send over more details or examples of how it works. I'll review it when I have a chance. Best Alex. So here I'll send ourselves this email, and then here I'll choose where to start. I'm going to select our email. It should be this email that we just sent ourselves over here, and then I'll run automation. Here you can see we sent ourselves this email over here. It was a neutral email. Then it was classified as neutral using Gemini. Then here wait a few seconds to send the lead this email over here. Then we're notifying our team via Slack of the neutral lead. Now when I open our channel that our team is in, you can see we're sending them this message right here. So our positive workflow and our neutral workflow works perfectly. So now here we can set up a negative workflow. This will be a simple one. So here we'll start by waiting for, let's say, a few seconds over here, and then here I'll wait for, let's say, 5 seconds to send our team a notification. Before that, here we're going to set up a filter. You can label this as negative, and the condition we can say that the result will be equal to negative, and then here I'll click on save. I'll send our team a Slack message. So in Slack, I'm going to click on create a message module. Here I'll choose my channel from the list and choose where my channel is in and add our message right here. And here the message could be in the lines of, "Hi team, just a quick heads up. We received a negative response from," and here we're going to add their name. "Regarding our outreach, they mentioned they're not interested at this time and asked to be removed from future messages. Nothing unusual here, part of the process. Let's mark them as opted out and move on. No action needed beyond that. Appreciate the continued effort. On to the next one. As Peter. Here, I rename this to team notification. And here I'll click on rename. Now let us try sending ourselves a negative email. So this could be the negative email that we're sending to ourselves over here. The email has a subject line, streamlining your client acquisition. The body of the email could be in the lines of, "Hi Brandon, thanks for reaching out, but we're not interested. We've already invested in internal systems that works well for us, and we're not looking to explore any tools or outside solution at this time. I appreciate the message, but please remove us from your reach list going forward." By Sarah. And here I'm going to click on send ourselves the message. And then here we're going to choose where to start and select our emails that we just sent ourselves over here. It will be this email that we just sent ourselves right here. Click on save and then add an automation to test it. You can see that automation works perfectly. We sent ourselves a negative email where the prospect is not interested in our services, classified it to negative, then we wait a few seconds to message our team that this prospect that we sent right here is not interested in our services. So now when I open Slack, you can see the message that we're sending our team right here. We're telling the team, "Hey team, just a quick heads up. We received a negative response from this lead regarding our outreach. They mentioned they're not interested at this time and that will be removed from future messages. Nothing unusual here, part of the process. Let's mark them as opted out and move on. No action needed beyond this point. Appreciate the continued effort. On to the next one." So our workflow works perfectly. Right here, we are capturing our leads' responses using this module right here. Then we are classifying the responses by either positive, negative, or neutral. If the response is positive, here we're waiting a few seconds and notifying our team that is interested in our services, and we're adding them to CRM. And wait a few seconds, and then we're sending the lead this qualified prospect's email. If their email is classified as neutral, we're waiting a few seconds and sending the lead a neutral prospect's email, and then we're also notifying our team for them to follow up with this lead down the line. And then if the email is classified as negative, we're waiting a few seconds and sending the team a notification telling them that the lead is not interested in our services. So to preview how the workflow works, here I'm going to choose where to start instead of having to send ourselves the emails again. I'll select the first email right here. Here you can select the first email right here and click on save, which was a positive email, and then I'll run automation to test it and see how it works. So here you can see that automation ran successfully. Here we got this positive message from a lead, then we classified the email as positive, then we waited a few seconds, and then we notified our team that we just got a lead who's interested in our services. We added the lead to our CRM and we sent them this qualified prospects email right here. This is the email content with the link for them to schedule for a call over here. When I open our qualified prospects board on Monday, you can see the leads that we just added right here. We added their full name, the date we added them, the assignee, their status, the email, and the sentiment right here. Also in Slack, you can see the notification that we are notifying our team if we got a positive response from this lead. Here, let us try a neutral response. So I'll choose where to start, select a neutral email right here. Should be this email right here. Then click on save. Then I'll run automation again. Here you can see the automation ran successfully. Here, classify this email response that we got from a lead as neutral right here using Gemini. Then we wait a few seconds to send them this neutral prospects email over here. And then we send our team this team notification in Slack. As you can see, this is the notification that we send into our team when this lead is neutral. Now let us try testing our automation again with a negative email. So I'll select a negative email right here. Should be this email right here. Click on save. Then I'll run automation again. So we can see here the email response that we got over here. It's classified as negative using this module right here. Then wait a few seconds to notify our team that this lead is not interested in our services. And here you can see the team notification that we're notifying our team that we received a negative response from this lead cutting on outreach. So automation works perfectly. Thank you for watching. Now, if you have an automation or a system in mind that you'd like for me to create using make.com, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create an automation or system from scratch using make.com. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.